When we talk about growth in our corporate career and becoming a leader in an organization, it means that one must possess certain skill sets, qualities to get there. This video is going to break down 3 important skill sets that you must possess to get there. So why are we waiting? Let's get started. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Goalmage and Priya, and I'm really excited to see you here one more time. If you're new to this channel and you're wondering what this channel is all about, it's about everything. I express myself completely here through my travel vlogs, self-improvement content. I speak about groundbreaking perspectives, mindsets and whatnot. So if you like, do subscribe to my channel. Now that being said, let's get inside today's video. As I said, let's talk about these 3 important skill sets which will land you as a leader, which will make you a thought leader and, promote you towards the growth in your career. Now, why these 3 skill sets are important? Because this defines you as a leader. The first skill set that I'm going to talk to you about is creating an assertive communication mindset and culture in your organization, in your team and within yourself. It starts from you. Now, a lot of people would have spoken to you about the communication styles and assertive, but there is still a lot more clarity that's required when it comes to this topic. I'll give you a classic example. See, many of us attend meetings in our offices, right? You would notice few people in the meeting where they wouldn't intervene on or interrupt when it is needed. Rather, they'll wait for the right time and they don't open up and say or confront certain things at the right time. Are you able to relate to what I'm saying, my friends? Many times we want to be politically right at our workplace. So a lot of time what happens is sometimes we have this deep respect for our superiors, or we don't want to, mess up with them, or you don't want to just go ahead and tell your opinion just like that. So you keep calm and then you don't open your mouth at the most required moment, leading to larger problems in the organization. Happened or not? I think this is more relatable. The most important quality that you have to grow within yourself is when you need to stand up, better stand up. You got to interrupt, better interrupt. It's time to intervene, intervene. Don't wait for that right time. Because remember, you are not working for your superiors, you're working for the organization. Always keep the best interest of an organization in mind rather than being in the good books of your superior. Now, when you put your organization first, of course, you might think, hey, Priya, but you know what? You got to be politically right. I get that part. I'm not saying being assertive is being rude. Being assertive is when you have to confront something, when you have to go ahead and say something and you got to interrupt, you better have the courage to do it right away. Do not postpone. Do not procrastinate the communication where you got to stand up for yourself, your work. Imagine something is not going to be delivered on time and you know it upfront. Keeping within you is not going to help your organization or the team at all. I've seen a lot of people, they just suck to all these pressure that's put on them. They don't say that this is too much to take. I feel stressed out. I'm pressurized. They don't say that. They just absorb everything like a sponge. They try the maximum and when all of it gets over, it's like they explode. Rather, the best way to deal always is opening up right from the beginning, sharing your understanding, always paraphrasing. So is this what you're asking? Am I getting it right? Is my understanding right? Getting a consensus all the time. And if there are issues, bringing to the limelight right from the beginning so that you are always safe and secure. So always say yes to assertive behavior. Again, I want to reiterate, being assertive means not being rude, not being loud. Sometimes people have this misconception. If you're loud in a meeting, then you're assertive. No. If you are able to stand up for the issues that's stopping you from delivering what you got to deliver, that's being assertive. When you are totally stressed out of the work and then you're absorbing so much and you're not letting your superiors know about it, then that's not being assertive. But rather, if you open up and you say, I need somebody to share this work. I am, overloaded. Or you know what, this work is not going to be met on time. I need extra time. Whatever it is, the number one quality that all of us must possess is opening up on the right time, standing up for yourself, standing up for the organization, and always just put this politically right behavior to second seat. Keep the best interests of organization and your project or your deliverable or your customer in the first seat. Now that's the most important mindset and skill set. See, when you are that person who is always, comes out and speaks, you will be remembered. Oh, so you give that opportunity, I mean, a responsibility to this person, he or she is going to just tell us whether it's doable or not. Now, that will also build trust on you in your organization. So please embrace assertive behavior. You will be remembered, and this always lets you be more confident about, your delivering capabilities at workplace. Okay. Number 2, the most important quality is to be a person of substance. What do I mean by this? In my observation, I think this is the most important quality to be an inspiring leader. See, who is a leader? A leader is someone who is inspiring, who is motivating. Looking at he or she, you get, that feeling of that I have to do better, I have to get better at workplace. They pass through that passion to you. They just display their charisma, they just display their capabilities. Looking at them, you always strive hard to become better than them. But predominantly what happens in most of the organizations, why there are very less inspiring leaders? Because people lack substance as they grow to senior management. This is the hard truth. I don't want to generalize here, but this is a story in every other organization. Have you seen this? Imagine you're joining as an entry-level trainee to a company, or a sales rep, or you're in a BP, or you're in an IT company, or in a manufacturing sector, whichever is your line of business. When you are in the entry level, you have this restless feeling to go ahead and prove that you are a person of substance. You want to do well. You want to really gain a good name at your workplace. But slowly when you get promoted, you don't sharpen that sword that much. What happens? You become a delegate master. You just delegate all the work to your subordinates and then just wait for the results to happen. Of course, the results will happen. But will your peers or your subordinates or your workforce, your team, are they inspired by you? Maybe not. They would say, yeah, he asked for work. He doesn't understand how long that it takes. All these gossip happen inside an organization because the leader has lacked substance. Very important. So when you are growing, imagine today you are in a middle management level or you are in a senior management level and you're going to, grow through your corporate ladder. Always remember this. Never ever forget to sharpen the saw. Always be intact. You must know what your team is doing. Right, left, right, inside. The entire broader spectrum of the work, the leader must have an understanding. You can't just be a delegate master. When you know what you're saying, when you know what you're demanding, and if you ask someone to deliver something in 2 hours, just ask yourself this question: can you deliver that work in 2 hours? If you can, then pose that to your subordinates. The reason why I reiterate this in a very important, in a tone of language is just because if you want, see who is a leader, as I said, someone who can inspire, someone who can motivate, someone, looking at them, you feel that I want to be like that person. I want to be really good like that person. And if you want to get to that position, my friend, start sharpening your saw. Always be a person of substance. Know what your team is delivering and you always be at the level of, directing your team rather than just giving orders. That's number 2. Being a person, a leader of substance. And third, the most important thing. See, obviously technical knowledge or your job knowledge, it comes over a period with experience, right? See, imagine you are working in a clothing store and your job is to, deal with the customer relationship and you've met so many customers and then you get that skill set. Whatever is the technical skill set that's required for your job, it's like practicing, right? Every day you show up to the work, there is some, task given to you and then it's like automatically your technical skill keeps on growing and you get comfortable in the position that you play. But the most important thing where a lot of people lack comfort is when they don't know how to deal with people. Now, of course, you're working with people right from the day you began your career, but still there are very, very few people who master how to interact and get along with people. This is the third most important quality. How do you treat your peers, your superiors, your subordinates, and everybody at your organization, including your customers? What's the first image people get when they interact with you? What kind of impression are you forming in their minds? This is very important. See, somebody could work with you just for 1 week, but might remember you for a lifetime because of the way you treated them. See, what happens in most of the organization is when people go to the position of power, they have this natural tendency of underestimating others in their team. So sometimes you, like, don't underestimate your peers. If they are underperforming, then I think being a leader, the blame should go to the person who is leading them because you haven't given them the right guidances. Then ask yourself, have I been just a delegate master or have I shown the path? Imagine you have a team of people following you and everybody is doing mistakes. Who's to blame here? Is it the mistake of the team members or the person who is leading them? So again, the biggest responsibility when you say that I want to be a leader of an organization, I want to be leading a team, remember, you must understand how to deal with people, learn their strengths and then work cohesively with them and give them direction so that they feel that, you know what, I am under the shade of this leader. I am under the roof of this leader. So I will be sorted. I am learning stuff from this person. So right now you could be at the entry level of your career, or you are in the middle management, or you are in the senior management, but there is always no line. I mean, what do I say? There's always no, finishing line for excellence. You can always improve. So remember, at workplace, be assertive. You need to interrupt, intervene, talk and stand up for yourself, stand up for your organization, stand up for your project, stand up for your team, stand up for the work that you do. Do it right away. Don't think. Always put the best interests of your company and job and clients first rather than being politically right. That's number one skill, being assertive. Number two, be the person of substance, who is like, who is being looked as an inspiration and a motivation to the workforce because you are technically sound, you know what you are delegating to people and you know your job thoroughly. That's very important. And number three, treat your subordinates, peers, superiors, inferiors in a very, very right way. Treat them well so that you form this conducive environment in your organization where people love to work with you. They just wait to hear from you. They just don't think that your call is a headache. Rather, they are like, I'm so excited to pick this call and speak. When you do that, you will be remembered. You will definitely grow because you are keeping, your moves are right. You will definitely win the game of growth in corporate ladder. So I hope you liked the content in this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And if you want me to do more such videos for your corporate success, do let me know in your comments. And I will see you soon in another video. Until then, take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.